Hello and welcome back to another cosplay video tutorial thing. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but last time we made a Harley Quinn beanie, which is off screen over here, and the hammers are somewhere in a different room. But this time, we're sticking with the Batman theme. We're going to get off that eventually, but I've always wanted to do the Scarecrow costume from Batman Arkham Asylum, the video game. And so, this project is just the mask. It's not the whole costume because the mask in itself was a long and tedious project because I underestimated some of the steps. But without further ado, let's go. So I based this mask off of these two different reference photos of the Scarecrow, and then I just started going. So first I had to make a foil mold of my head, which I didn't film because it was really awkward and hard to do. But with that foil mold, I went ahead and started doing paper mache, which I also had to learn how to do. But I just added layer upon layer upon layer, and I thought it was going to be too thick at first, but it turned out that the more layers you had, the stronger it would end up being, and I think I had a good amount of layers. Now you see here I started putting some construction paper in a different color on. That's because I wanted a color similar to the burlap underneath, because I wasn't originally planning on painting it, but I went ahead and painted it anyway, but that's in the next step. Before painting it, I had to cut out all of the different pieces, the eye holes, the mouth hole, and I just eyeballed this based off of what the reference photos look like. And so I just cut little by little, expanding ever so slightly. You don't want to cut off too much in the beginning because you can't add more, but you can always take more off in the end. Then, like I said, I went ahead and painted it. This was just some gray acrylic paint I had laying around, and I decided why not use it. This is going to kind of seal the paper mache and maybe make it a little more waterproof. It's not going to be waterproof, but it might be a little more water resistant, And I also did the inside because I don't like the flaky flour feeling on my face. Then, as you can tell from the reference photos, the Scarecrow has this sewn mouth look. And so to achieve this, I basically drilled some holes in the mouth and sewed some cooking string to it. And it was pretty basic. I just went ahead and did that, and then I glued it all in place so it wouldn't rip out if anyone touched it or if I accidentally bumped it or something like that. Then these are just some little detail parts. The chin, he has this like bulge out on his chin, and he also has this little bulge out where his nose and kind of on the side of his nose, maybe his cheekbone area is. And so I just wanted to add these little pieces of foam that I got from a laptop box. The next step was to add all of the burlap. Now I could have done this a lot neater and I could have planned it all out, but I just went ahead and filled it in kind of like patchwork, because that's how I feel the mask would have been made. It wasn't this clean, perfectly pristine mask. It was this pieced together, it's raggedy, and it's just not perfect at all. And so that's what I wanted to portray with my mask. His mouth has a black behind it, and so I just went ahead and got some black fabric and glued it, just like everything else. Hot glue is the answer to everything in this project. This next step was to make the regulators he has. He has two regulators on the side of his mouth, and so I just got this poster tube and I cut out the sizes that I thought would fit, and I also cut out some toilet paper rolls because it's kind of a layered look. So he has the bigger outside one, and then he has a smaller tube on the inside that actually connects to the mask itself. And so I went ahead and I just covered it all in aluminum tape because it has to look metal because his regulators are actually metal. And so to do that, you just get some aluminum tape and you just tape it on, and it basically turns it into metal. Then I cut out some more of the foam to put it on the inside of his regulators to just give it a little bit more stability and give me something to actually glue to when I'm going to glue it to the mask. Now I'm just adding some Sharpie lines. I'm also going to screw some screws into it, and then I'm going to paint one of them red. I think they might be both red looking at some other pictures, but in the main picture I was using, only one of his regulators was red. So I just got some red acrylic paint again and painted it on. And then just go ahead and hot glue both of the regulators on, and we are finished with the mask. So this is the final product of the Scarecrow mask project. If you ask me, I think it looks amazing because it was free, and you can't beat free. And something that looks this good for free is definitely a worthwhile project and a worthwhile time investment, if you ask me. I don't have the Scarecrow hood. Hopefully I will make that maybe in a month or two. It just depends. I do these when I have time to do them. But I'm going to wear this hood so you can get an idea of what it would look like on. I also don't have the strapping yet. I'm going to put the strapping on after I figure out the most efficient way to put it on and have it fit well with the hood that I'm going to make. But as of right now, this is kind of what it looks like on. Turn around, I can talk out of it, I can breathe, I can see. It covers up about the same amount of vision as like wearing a pair of sunglasses does, so that's no problem at all. And I just think it's overall awesome. I think it came out a lot better than I thought it would, and that's not really saying much, but yeah. If you guys liked it, please leave a like down below. If you have suggestions or comments, leave it in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. But other than that, I think this video is done. I will see you in the next one. Take care.